was 5 months ago these two sides met right here in San Diego, a sold-out crowd of 6,100. Now, watching the Loyal and the Lights take off again here now 5 months later. It's San Diego and Las Vegas again, only the circumstances have changed. That inaugural match for the Loyal played in front of a sold-out crowd. It won't be the case here tonight. And after the restart of the 2020 USL campaign, this will be the 5th match for San Diego, but just the 2nd for Las Vegas. In fact, the 1st since their March 7th meeting right here at Carrera Stadium. Good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. Jack Cronin, Hall of Famer Shannon McMillan with you here tonight. We're presented by Chosen Foods. These two sides meeting back in early March. Las Vegas has not played since here. They have made a head coaching change. Eric Winalda and now Frank Yallop. And a big change there as they come to play for their 2nd match.
Yeah, and as you look at it, Las Vegas has all kinds of excuses for a poor performance tonight, but Frank Yallop, he's had about 3 weeks to work with these guys. He says they're very coachable. He said he expects them to come out and to play hard and to play as a unit.
San Diego will be coached by Landon Donovan, who won 2 MLS Cups with Frank Yallop in San Jose. Now they meet here on the opposite sides. As for our matchup tonight, these two teams are very familiar with each other. Irvin Parra played some of his best matchups with Las Vegas.
Yeah, he played for the Lights in 2019, scoring 15 goals. He's going to be coming off the bench for tonight for the Loyal, but expect him to come full of energy and a drive to find that scoring touch he had just a year ago and notch his first goal for the Loyal.
Speaking of switching sides, Raul Mendiola started for San Diego, and during the pandemic and the shutdown, he's on back to the Las Vegas side.
Yes, Mendiola is a player familiar to the Loyal and the fans as he just started the season here and then signed earlier this week with the Lights. Coach Yallop said he looks sharp and will be starting tonight for the Lights in the number 10 spot.
Leading that attack for Las Vegas as they play their first matchup since early March here now. We look at the matchup for tonight. San Diego with 7 points atop Group B. Las Vegas with just their 2nd match, trying to play catch-up here, both in schedule and in points. The opening kick, the starting lineups are on the way next from Carrera Stadium in San Diego. We're right back.
Hurry into Sprouts Farmers Market for your favorite summer fruits. From the sweetest cherries, mouth-watering melons, and the juiciest peaches and nectarines. Shop the freshest produce at the best prices only at Sprouts Farmers Market.
I have good news for you. You have a huge heart and a mind that was able to imagine all of this.
You're helping to save lives.
Every day. Thank you for daring to imagine health differently.
Together, we're changing the future.
For good. For good.
For good.
For good.
Rated E for everyone.
The San Diego Loyal and the Las Vegas Lights meeting for the first time since March 7th, the 2nd time already in the restarted 2020 campaign. The two sides here show their respects across the globe. We'll bring you the starting lineups here, brought to you by Rady Children's Hospital. And again, with these two sides here and what the entirety of USL has done is show this kind of respect across their ranks, across every club. And we do the same here tonight.
Thank you.
And so here are the lineups for both sides now. Jack Cronin, Hall of Famer Shannon McMillan with you here this evening. And first for the San Diego Loyal.
The Loyal will be in their usual 3-5-2 with a couple of changes from last week. Elijah Martin is going to slide in out on the left, while Ben Spencer will be up top alongside Moshe Bani. A key for them is the midfield three of Adams, Alvarez, and Martin. They have to control the pace of the game.
On the other side for Las Vegas, led by their number 10, Raul Mendiola.
And Yallop will be putting the lights out in a 4-2-3-1 that looks more like a 4-4-2 defensively. Sandoval and De La Fuente are the heart and soul of this team. Look for them to set the pace.
And what a great managing matchup here, and a coaching matchup that we have. Frank Yallop, who coached the Canadian national team, who was at the helm of San Jose when they took Landon Donovan and won 2 titles in 3 years. He was the MLS Coach of the Year. Landon Donovan, 2 of his 6 titles, a record in Major League Soccer, playing for Frank Yallop.
And they both remain really good friends. Donovan comments Yallop by saying he taught him about the coaching aspect and treating the players like people first and foremost.
And the two have talked here quite a bit through the offseason, through the shutdown, and as Yallop took over in Las Vegas. The two were having continuous conversations, and now they meet for the first time as adversaries in this particular respect. So we are off and running here tonight. The San Diego Loyal in the white jerseys, the white kits tonight. Las Vegas in the dark kits with the confetti, the Las Vegas flair. And San Diego right back at it at home following the 1-0 decision to LA Galaxy 2 last Sunday. That was their 4th match. Time to be the 5th of 16. It's a race in the restart for this USL campaign.
Yeah, and Coach Donovan, the whole team, everybody knows that it's not going to be an easy bracket, and there's no easy points out there. It's going to be a grind. They're coming off a very disappointing loss last weekend against Los Dos, and it's going to be interesting to see how the guys respond tonight.
Everybody in Group B is playing at the exact same time here on this Saturday evening. San Diego and Phoenix are atop the standings in the group. The top 2 teams out of 5 will make the playoffs for the USL. They both have 7 points, although San Diego's played 1 more match than Phoenix. Los Dos right behind them with 6 points through 3 matches, then Orange County with 2, and Las Vegas with just the 1 point that they earned back on March the 7th here at Carrera Stadium. In goal tonight for the Loyal is John Kempen, who's on loan from the Columbus Crew, had 7 enormous saves in the 1-0 decision that went against San Diego last Sunday. And we've got a quick whistle here against Joe Greenspan and the Loyal. Restart for Vegas. Bit of an early, dangerous spots. Joseph Salinas is our referee this evening. And immediately, the lights will get a pretty good shot. Sekou Kane will take the free kick for Las Vegas. And goes right to Kempen off the wall.
Yeah, a little bit of a deflection. So as you see, Kempen started off to his right. The deflection, he's able to get his feet under him, get back to it for an easy save there. But those deflections can be very dangerous, especially if a ball struck really well.
Well, Kempen was brilliant between the pipes last Sunday. An 8-year MLS veteran who's on loan from the Crew here to San Diego. He had absolutely wonderful night.
And everybody knows and acknowledges he kept the Loyal in the game a much longer than they actually were, if not for him. But he talked to John, all he's talking about is that one that got by him. So that's the true heart and soul of the goalkeeper right there. The frustration just that he let one in.
Goes off of the corner, came late in the contest, and Galaxy came away with 3 points. Joe Greenspan, the restarts. Lieutenant of the Navy Reserves, Naval Academy grad. Active duty here in San Diego in 2016. Surface warfare. Still in reserves as San Diego tries to go up top. Greenspan shifting over from center back to right back last week. He even played some time up top, Shannon. It's at 4 the last few minutes.
It was almost the brilliant coaching move. He had a great redirection on a header that almost got Moshobani in. It would have been the coaching move of the year had Moshobani scored off of that effort.
We're early on in these 7 p.m. starts Pacific time with the shadows and the setting sun out over the Pacific Ocean here from the University of San Diego's Carrera campus, Alcala Park. A few moments where it's kind of in and out of the sun. And that one too long, the flag had stayed down, but it'll go as a restart for the Loyal.
And Loyal expect the Lights. They're going to be throwing numbers forward at them. They're going to have to absorb that pressure and then look to counter into this space, because Lights are going to come after them and press them all night long. Very similar to what Los Dos did last weekend.
And very similar to what we saw on March 7th, where Las Vegas had that immediate goal, attacking early.
And we talked to Coach Yallop about that. If he watched that game, he said he did. He felt that the Loyal had a little bit of the home opener jitters, and that he expected a little bit more from them because now they've got a few more games under them. They've settled in, but he's also knows they're coming off of a long stretch without any games, so it's going to be important for his guys to get dialed in as soon as possible.
And the formation that Frank Yallop has drawn up is really pushing numbers ahead. It's going to push 4 at least up top for Las Vegas, and we'll see how San Diego handles the pressure here tonight.
Yeah, they're going to have, with Mendiola sitting in the 10 spot and then 3 up top, so key for them is going to be the space on the opposite side. If Metcalf and Elijah can get into the behind them as they push the numbers forward and catch them out.
Mid-air collision. That's going to go to Vegas. Kane.
Yeah.
It's tracked down out wide. This is Jack Metcalf, who plays it forward. Metcalf involved in several of the goals for San Diego this season, pushing up on that right side.
He's a very active player, and the more touches you can get Metcalf with the ball, the more success Loyal are going to have. Those touches are too deep in the defensive third for the likes of Coach Landon. He wants Jack to be taking those touches in the offensive third. So they're absorbing the pressure, letting the game settle in a little bit, and then let Metcalf go fly down the flank.
Metcalf leading the side with 2 assists out of Liverpool, England. Played his college days at Clemson. Now here in San Diego.
Way wide, huh? Yeah.
Greenspan with the switch. Looking to go way down the line to Elijah Martin. And it's going to fall long. What a nice idea.
That's a great effort there by Joe, playing that ball in deep. Now the key is going to be, can the Loyal keep the Lights pinned in their defensive third? Last week they had some moments where they were able to do that, but not consistently enough. And both Nate Miller and Landon stressed to them that when they press and they pick the ball up in that attacking third for them, it is so much more dangerous. And to take advantage of that, they see the reward. They have to do it more often now.
Possession was an issue for San Diego last Sunday. Galaxy were able to dominate the possession numbers through much of the contest, especially that first half.
Yeah, Los Dos played a lot more direct, and the midfield 3 struggled to win those first balls, and even more importantly, those second balls, so they were always on their heels defending. Tonight already we see a more composed, relaxed team on the ball for the Loyal.
See what Greenspan can do there, easily winning the 50-50 ball. He's going to stay with San Diego, so nice up again. Greenspan using that size, 2019 Defender of the Year in the USL.
And what they expect from Spencer is to be able to hold the ball more and let Toomey, Moshobani run off of him a little bit more. Last week you had both the Tuahene and Moshobani up top, which are very similar players. They want to get in behind. They need someone like Spencer to be able to hold the ball, let Colin Martin get underneath him to look to play, or for Spencer to play it on for Moshobani running through.
Ben Spencer, 25 years old, from Albuquerque originally. Played in Indy, Toronto, Phoenix, Tucson, and now here in San Diego. Battling a bit of an injury, and now is into the starting lineup. As Shannon mentioned in the open, we will likely see Irvin Parra, Francis Tuahene at some point during this match. But Spencer gives them good size up top.
We talked to Landon about this. Decisions are being made, keeping in mind that it's a long week. The Loyal have 3 games in the span of this week, so it's going to be a manage the load put on the players while also getting maximum points out of each game.
Out wide. This is Metcalf starting his run down the right side with an early cross right to the back net. It's punched on up. 2 opportunities for San Diego, and it's finally notched on in. The Loyal right on top of it. 3rd time's the charm, and San Diego out in front 1-0.
And that comes off of the foot of Jack Metcalf. We just mentioned for Loyal to be successful, we need him getting touches on the ball in that final third. He whips a beautiful cross in.
As we said, starts with Metcalf there on that right side.
Yeah, here's the beautiful cross. He finds Moshobani wide open in the box. Delgado Lalo makes a great save. Ben Spencer fights to keep it alive, and Moshabani responds quickly to put that back in the net. 1-0, it's a great start for Loyal. As Moshabani jumps on that free ball there. Alvarez was right there to put it in as well. That's a beautiful finish and exactly how Loyal want to come out and start this game.
We didn't see any of those opportunities a week ago for San Diego. That cross, the start, create that chaos in front of the goal, and then put one in for Moshabane.
Absolutely. Not only did they find Jack Metcalf out wide, but they had numbers in the box so that when Spencer was able to keep that ball alive, they had two guys that were hungry and fighting for that. That's something we didn't see last week from them.
So Tumi Moshabane out of South Africa, the 26-year-old, whose first goal for the San Diego Loyal. Fifth of the year for this team as they are up early, 1-0, kind of a reversal of what we saw nearly 5 months ago when these two sides met. It was Vegas who jumped out early. Now it's San Diego.
The last thing Loyal can do right now is get comfortable. There's a lot of time left, and from what we've heard from Coach Yallop, he has this unit playing well, hard together, so expect them to keep pushing the needle and trying to find that equalizer.
Moshabane, an early advantage for San Diego. It was Charlie Adams who was fouled. He draws a lot of contact in that holding mid-roll.
Charlie Adams is a scrapper. He's not afraid to deliver the hits, but in return, he's going to take a lot of them. But key for him is keeping his composure and being able to take control of that midfield and set the tone for the Loyal.
Adams, of course, had the equalizer for San Diego against Vegas in the opener. The one-goal draw between these two sides has been the only points in the entire season for Las Vegas. This is only their second match, and for San Diego, well, it's nice to be atop the table in Group B. They have also played the most matches.
Exactly, and you can guarantee that both Nate and Landon are not getting comfortable too focused on the points. They're taking it game by game. How can they get the max points out of each one and keep Loyal in contention, but not looking at the big picture yet because there's still plenty of games left, but it will be a grind, and they can't get caught up looking at the points and being happy at the top.
No, and it doesn't get any easier schedule-wise, too, because right after tonight, San Diego will have a road contest midweek and be back home against Sacramento a week from today. 3 matches, as Shannon said, in 8 days. And so that's why you're seeing some of the substitutions in and out. You'll see a lot. Remember, in the restarted season, you get 5 subs instead of 3. So you see a lot of this here for the next 8 days.
And another challenge is going to be the familiarity because they're playing each other so often. They're going to get the little nuances of each other, and it's really going to come down to who wants it more on that day.
Already, as you've seen, these two sides are playing for the second time. Sekou Kana drawing the contact. The restart for Las Vegas. San Diego will play Los Dos yet again. There's that, you know, the regional play as the pandemic has forced leagues and teams to adjust. Nice job by Carlos Alvarez to come back and defense that one for the Loyal. Alvarez, the second overall pick in the 2013 MLS draft. It was then Chivas USA. Another quick whistle and a restart for Vegas. This is again Sekou Kana who's drawing that contact.
And that's a strength of Kana. He wants that contact. He wants to absorb that, be able to hold the ball and then dish it off and set play for the Light. So Loyal needs to realize that, hold him up, maybe get someone from the central midfield to double down on him versus giving up fouls and letting the Lights get opportunities like this that could potentially be dangerous.
Here's Raul Mendiola, who is setting up alongside Brian De La Fuente there. De La Fuente will take the quick one with his left foot, but the officials weren't ready yet. Mendiola scored 10 goals 2 years ago for Las Vegas. That's still the second most in club history.
He's the second leading scorer for them. He's going to fit right back in with them. As we said, someone that I'm sure he did not have to get fired up or motivated for this game. He's got plenty internally knowing that he started here with the Loyal and is now suiting up with the Lights again.
He was the one who took that second try wide to the right side. 10 goals in 2018. Of course, Irvin Parra had 15 a year ago for Las Vegas. He's now on the San Diego sideline. It's 1-0 in favor of the Loyal, 14 minutes in. Plays it ahead. Moshabani, who just notched his first goal. Good building possession for the Loyal. Here comes the run. Moshabani again, moving to the left foot, looking for a cross, waiting and waiting. And finally, taking it away. Still good build-up. Nice idea from San Diego.
Yeah, that's a nifty little ball by Colin Martin. He put some texture on that, so it fell right in the path of Moshabani. Kind of ran out of ideas as he got down to the end line. I think they would have rather have seen him just try to play it off and get a corner kick for Loyal versus that cutback where no one was.
Moshabani has made it 1-0 in favor of the Loyal. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is also the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, visit Select Sports America, selectsportamerica.com.
And already tonight, we're seeing Loyal have much more of the ball. They're more composed and calm. They're the ones setting the tone of the game versus last week against Los Dos. They never really got settled in because Los Dos just kept pressing them, and they weren't able to find the ball like they have tonight so far.
The possession numbers for the first 15 minutes, which included the goal for San Diego, 68-32 Loyal. And pretty accurate as well. 85% completions on passes tonight for Loyal, so a much, much better start.
Absolutely, they flipped the numbers from last week.
Completely different, you're absolutely right. A completely different start. And they've also had another build-up or two, so they've worked it out. Last week, they were kind of back on their heels against Los Dos.
And I think a key tonight is the fact that Adams, Alvarez, and Colin Martin have a lot more touches on the ball. Last week, they found themselves just chasing the majority. And now you see them controlling the tempo and playing nice through balls.
But a yellow issued our first one here. Joseph Salinas, our referee.
Yellow card has been issued to number 7, Junior Sandoval.
Junior Sandoval is the one who picked up the first yellow.
You'll see here, just a little bit late. Moshabani's already played the ball and he clips both of his feet. Moshabani did play it up a little bit, but the referee's gonna look to get the game under control because he knows these two teams can get a little bit chippy with each other.
Adams get the restart. Colin Martin sends it in. High up at the top of the box here, flag was up. So offside called. And again, San Diego.
And that's Stoneman, center back for Loyal, pressing up on the set piece to try to get a head on that. We didn't get to see him doing that too many times last weekend as well. He's the goal scorer up at Monarchs off of a corner kick. They want him, they want Greenspan in the box because they are such a strong presence in the air.
Yeah, between those two and Spencer up top, a lot more size for San Diego. And again, these are things we did not see all of last week for the Loyal. Again, Colin Martin pushing ahead. Loyal right on through. It's Moshabani. Another chance, but a step ahead of him. Greenspan cuts it off.
And that's the difference. Because of the pressure that they have, Greenspan's winning that 20 yards into the offensive half for Loyal versus last week where he was stuck digging it out of his defensive third. So again, starts off with Colin Martin and a beautiful little slip pass there. Loyal press. And Greenspan's able to win it high up the field.
There's Moshabani, another chance! Right to the keeper's foot. Saved by Delgado. Moshabani has been active and involved early.
As a front runner, when you're getting those beautiful touches in the box and you put one away like that, you like the opportunities you're gonna see. I think Moshabani's gonna wish he'd done a little bit better than that. Maybe he caught himself a little bit surprised that he was that wide open, falling to his feet.
Still, that's 3 good opportunities early. I mean, in the first 18 minutes.
Yes, and credit to Delgado because he does well to stay on his feet. See, Moshabani takes a bounce and touch there, his left foot, but Lalo makes a good save on Moshabani. If Moshabani had buried that, that would have really, really been a bit of a dagger to Lights.
Now in Into the box on the other side here, crossing and right in front of goal. A lucky break for San Diego. It did not connect on the pass from Kana, who has been a pretty good threat for Las Vegas. It'll be a restart for San Diego.
Kana does well there. He keeps his feet. He uses his strength. The cross is a little too hard. Might have been a cross shot, but he does well here to beat Greenspan, drives it to that back post a little too hard, and De La Fuente just misses being on the end of that.
It's time for Matchday Roll Call, brought to you by Sprouts Farmers Markets. Go to sdloyal.com/fans. Submit a photo of how you're enjoying tonight's match. Best photo wins a $100 gift card from Sprouts Markets. That's sdloyal.com/fans. Quick stoppage, 20 minutes plus here. Tumumo Shabane with his first goal of the season, the 26-year-old. But San Diego dominating the possession. Build-ups, the accuracy, keeping their form in shape, and this is all a pretty controlled, dominant effort so far for San Diego.
And with that possession there's possession with a purpose. They've had 3 really good looks on goal, one of them finding the back of the net. So they're much more composed and organized in that final third with the final passes as well as their opportunities on goal, which is again something they were missing last weekend.
So on the restarts. Little formation. Sean Daly now. Las Vegas. 2 defenders all over him, taken away by Carlos Alvarez. Daly plays it back in. Was looking for a call and did not get it. That's a great no call. Right at the top of the box in a dangerous area. Daly was just inside the box and draw a potential equalizer. Ramon Martin Del Campo. He plays for Frank Yao from Fresno along that back line. Johnny Fenwick. And again up top, Rashawn Daly.
Daly's become a lot more active in the last few minutes, and he's causing trouble with his speed. Loyal are struggling to keep up with him, which leads to a foul late there. But also not a bad idea because he's far enough out that it's not that dangerous of a free kick, and lets Loyal get organized behind him.
Grant Robinson with a cross here. For San Diego, throwing all the way on the far side. And our first look at Sal Zizzo. We'll have more with Sal coming up, the captain at halftime. Our broadcast tonight. Patrick Henry alum. Gonna take us through a tour of San Diego coming up at halftime. Zizzo along that back line with Grant Stoneman and Joe Greenspan for Landon Donovan.
Zizzo's a local favorite. He's homegrown boy, a lot of family in the area, and it means an awful lot to him. He has a lot of pride being on this first team for Loyal, homegrown, coming out of San Diego, growing up, always dreaming of playing professional soccer in his hometown, and now he's making it happen.
For years in the Bundesliga, MLS, the highest of levels.
You want to do it?
He'd actually retired and hung up the cleats until Landon picked up the phone. He was planning on being a real estate agent. Landon Donovan calls, you answer.
That's right. And we're going to get training staff on here for Vegas. The player down is Sekou Kana up top.
And these are the worries when you haven't had a game in over 5 months. Yes, the players can be fit, but there's nothing that can replicate game fitness for soccer other than playing the game. So first game back for them, he has been a very active player. He's been pressing all over the place, both sides of the field. So hopefully it's nothing too serious and just a matter of just finding his fitness back in game level.
That's what the crazy difference is, that San Diego has played 4 matches. This is their 5th. They had played 2 before the stoppage, and now this is number 5. And yet for Vegas, they hadn't played anything since that March 7th game right here.
Without a doubt, that is such a huge advantage for Loyal. Not only are they getting the game fitness, but the film and the lessons they learn. Already we see such a different team from last week. That's because you guarantee Nate Miller was watching that film all night Sunday night. They brought it to the guys. They all watched it individually. They watched as a team, picking things out. Landon had some words for them. They've responded. So it's definitely, without a doubt, an advantage to have those games in your back pocket.
Well, Kana is going to come off on that far sideline. We'll continue treatment there. We'll see if Frank Yallop makes a substitution. They did momentarily get Javin Torre up, so we'll see what Las Vegas elects to do and how healthy Sekou Kana is up top there.
And this is why the league's allowing the teams to have the 5 substitutions. They have the hydration breaks. It's all with the players' safety and health in mind. So Coach Yallop, I'm sure he doesn't want to make a sub this early, but he does have the luxury of having an extra 2 than he normally would.
Yeah, there are hydration breaks in both halves. There are new rules. You can sub at 3 different times during the run of play and at halftime. Opportunities. Junior Sandoval now, broken up by Stoneman. Martin up top for Spencer at 2 defenders, but Martin's right back with it. Good switch, and now they get it to Jack Metcalf on the right side of this formation.
Right there, Joe Greaseman's able to put his foot on top of the ball. He did not have that time nor the composure last week, so you can see the difference. It's because they're controlling the pace of the game.
Yeah, you have much more of a luxury here with San Diego control of the tempo. By the way, Sekou Kana is back in for Las Vegas, so they did not need to use a substitution for the Lights.
But you guarantee Yallop and the training staff are keeping eyes on him, because that's the second time he went down, with the second time him having to go off the field.
Fenwick playing it ahead. Here's Ziza. Again, San Diego against control, spacing. Possession's been there all night.
They've got much more composure on the ball. That's an unfortunate turnover right there. But Daly read that well. But they do have the majority of the play. And again, they're taking the sting out of Light and then picking and choosing when to go. Versus last week, it just seemed like they were long balls through without much thought behind them.
And again, it's Kana who's down. So he's down again here, unfortunately. And so it looks like Las Vegas will have to make a sub here. This, unfortunately, you never like to see. And this is the official hydration break that's been called as Kana went down for the 3rd time.
And you like that sportsmanship right there. Greenspan helping him up off the ground. Greenspan, he went down against Vegas Lights in the home opener. He knows how disheartening that is. And I guarantee Kana tried everything within his bag of tricks to stay out there and be effective, but realizing that playing at half speed is not going to be effective for the team.
So we are in the hydration break here. And again, we're going to be talking with Sal Zizzo coming up at halftime. The captain will take us on a tour of San Diego, a little more on Little Italy, and look at his career. I mean, again, the first signing in club history, the captain of this team, Patrick Henry Patriot, a great representative of what the Loyal trying to build here.
And you see his experience when he talks in that locker room and when he talks on the field. the guys are listening because he's been there. He proves it day in and day out with how he approaches things like a true professional. So he's a true leader for this team.
Bro, every time I tilt up, my fucking monitor.
How about the start for San Diego offensively in this one here? Tumi Moshibane.
No, don't take one.
All 3 shots on target, was able to clean up that third efforts, get the goal for the season. 6 of his 7 shots right there on frame.
And if not for a beautiful save by Delgado, he would have had the brace already early in the game. He needs to stay hungry and active in that final third.
For Las Vegas. Into the match,
we are going to get the official
5,
sub here, so Javin Torre will come on, and Seiko Kana will come out. Unfortunately, could not continue, went down 3 times, and so Torre will be inserted for Frank Yallop and the Lights, and will continue their treatments on the light sideline.
And Kana's a bit of a loss for the Lights. With his size and strength up top, he's someone they want to play off of and find in that first long ball, be able to hold it. He's also done well to use his strength and spin and get in, so it's definitely going to be a loss for the Lights.
Well, we're 30 minutes in here. We just come out of the hydration break that's been mandated in the first half. We get another in the second, and the possession has remained the same. 68-32 San Diego in terms of possession for our first half out.
And there's going to be ebbs and flows to the games. What's going to be important for Loyal is when they have that low and the Lights start to get a little bit of a possession and rhythm, is to stay calm and fight their way back into the game. And then when they do get the hold of the game again, can they be effective in that final third and get more points on that board?
Greenspan. For Moshibane, his first goal of the season. 3 shots already in this opening half, an opening 30 minutes for Tumi Moshibane. San Diego with early pressure there, coming out of the restart. Here's Torre, just inserted. Javin Torre, first touch, right off the bench, out wide, Daly. Long one from the right side.
You see Kempen throw his arms up. He wasn't worried about that one at all. He had it read the entire way, had his goal covered. But as a sub coming off a bench, the game has a rhythm, so it's important right there that Torre got some touches so he can find the game and try to get involved for the Lights.
Giveaway, here's Torre, top of the box now. Tried to go on 2 touches, came in Mendiola. And Charlie Adams will clear this one for San Diego, a dangerous play. As we mentioned, the Loyal will look to get right back at it against the Galaxy coming up on Wednesday. 3 matches in 8 days, the 29th, Wednesday night, 7 p.m. You can watch the match live through the Fox 5 streaming app. On Antenna TV, channel 813 for Cox Cable, 69.2 over the air. And they announced the Wednesday matchups. Coming up with LA Galaxy, and then right back out against Sacramento a week from today.
Such a quick turnaround for these guys. It's going to be making sure they get their bodies right, recover, and get ready to play again. So it's definitely going to be a grind this week, but that's where the depth of the bench for Loyal is going to come in handy. And as we saw 2 changes tonight, we know there's going to be personalities coming off the bench that can very well start on Wednesday.
Possessions remain pretty consistent throughout these first 30, 33 minutes. Vastly in favor of San Diego, 68-32. Colin Martin. With Elijah Martin off to his left, pushing wide. Whoa. Step over and across, top of the box, looking for Spencer. And Alvarez will track it down. That's Metcalf, has been waiting for it. Metcalf ahead, Moshibane. Down to the touchline, Moshibane again. And it's broken up.
But what a beautiful little run by Moshibane there, and Metcalf with the thoughtful little through ball, well paced so that he could knock it in the box the first time. Usually you see Jack taking on 1v1, but Moshibane does a beautiful job here, just slipping into that space, takes a touch, tries to find the slip pass. Unfortunately, Colin Martin has someone right in front of him, little deflection. But that's what Coach Donovan wants to see from the guys tonight.
Goes a Vegas throw in off the foot of Greenspan. Colin Martin able to get a shot off there on the feed from Moshabani, who had 3 earlier, and the goal. Now restart for Vegas. Gavin Torre. Now for Raul Mendiola. We found Mendiola too often in these first 35 minutes. Here he is now.
Mendiola is dropping a little bit deeper to try to find the ball because they haven't been able to find him. He's actually playing in the 10 under the front runners. He's not finding the ball, so he's dropping. That's what good players do. They want to be around the ball, so he's dropping in more to try to find it.
He decided to give away. So it's back to Vegas. Robinson is out wide. De La Fuente gets across off and nobody's home. Long range shot broken up by Elijah Martin there, throwing his body in front of him. De La Fuente, top of the box. And for Daly, who had screened off Elijah Martin. Now the cross and right to Kempen.
Kempen's going to take time, try to slow play it a little bit. Vegas is getting some possession there, so he's going to try to take the sting out of it and get Loyal back on pace.
Tumi Moshabani's goal in the early 10 minutes here of this match has been the difference so far. And San Diego, for the vast majority of this first half, the possession has favored the Loyal and the early outcome. Kempen up his 7 saves against the Galaxy last Sunday. The best goalkeeper in the USL Championship ranks in terms of goals per 90 minutes. About a third of a goal per 90.
His full display of skills was on show last week. He was phenomenal in goal, and as we've mentioned, he definitely kept Loyal in the game longer than they probably should have been with some of those fantastic saves.
Number 1 USL. Goals per 90. Now this one cleared by Greenspan. It will stay with Vegas. Raul Delgado is his counterpart in goal for the Lights. For Delgado. The backup keeper, by the way, for Las Vegas is Thomas Olsen from USD. Played here for 4 years. 3rd all-time save for Toreros. This field.
And I'm very familiar with this field, and you know he would love an opportunity to come back play professionally on his collegiate field.
No doubt. Olsen has certainly seen time. Fenwick. Ahead for Robinson and down the line for Torre. The sub had just come on. Adams is all over Mendiola. Torre gets it back. Now here's Spencer with a little bit of room. On the give and go, Elijah Martin. Looking for the flag so far. It has stayed down, and Spencer will take it. Las Vegas was looking for the flag to come up. Spencer, 1v3.
Spencer does well there. He sees that he's got 3 people on him. He holds the ball, allows Elijah Martin to get tied in. And that was actually another good non-call because it's when the ball is played and the ball had to travel such a difference. Ben was able to get a few steps in behind the defender.
Melissa Gonzalez is our assistant referee for this particular side of the field. Good call from Gonzalez. Don't miss a minute of the action in 2020. Sign up today and get alerts all year. Following your club at ESPN.com. You can search for the San Diego Loyal and the Las Vegas Lights. You can click on the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Reminders on each match. ESPN.com, click follow for your club.
And there's a really nice sliding tackle by Stoneman there on Sandoval. He was almost in the box looking to get a shot off, and Stoneman comes in. Might have picked up a little bit of a knock going down as to tackle Sandoval there. But that's a beautiful little sliding save right there.
Yeah, sacrifice for the save when Vegas trying for the opportunity.
And this possession that Loyal's able to have right now is going to have an effect later in the game, because the more they control the game and move the ball, the lights are chasing. And for a team that's having their first game back, they're not going to have the legs in the 70th and 80th minute. So you'll see this open up a little bit more towards the end of the game if they can continue to make the lights chase.
Nice play to send that one back. Chancel and Die. And this goes out wide, so right back to San Diego.
You're seeing the majority of this half being played in the Loyals attacking half. Sal Zizzo, he has as many touches in the first 40 minutes tonight than the entire game last week against Los Dos. It shows you that they're pressing and taking the game to lights, whereas last weekend Los Dos took the game to the Loyal.
Possession in particular stands out really, almost an opposite from what it was a week ago.
It's a much more enjoyable game when your team has the possession and you can set the tone. Otherwise, you just feel like you're running around with your hair on fire all night. You're getting exhausted, you're getting frustrated. So when you do get the ball, it's hard to find those pockets of composure.
Mendiola trying to start something. They're drifting back. Stoneman again on the stop. Flicked ahead. And there for another sliding save for the Loyal. And Greenspan heads that one away. Stoneman in there twice.
And when you talk to Coach Nate and say, why did you make the switch and put Stoneman in the middle? He said it just makes sense. He actually had the three of them have the best understanding of a back three, and he's reading the game well. And 3 big tackles there.
3 stops in the last few minutes. For Grant Stoneman, this is Brian De La Fuente, who will swing it in with the left foot. Greenspan right there to head that one away. Again, sent into the box, high into the air. Kempen right along the line.
The difference is the Loyal did a much better job pushing their line out on the initial clear, so that it gave John Kempen all kinds of room and time to be able to eat up that reservice. Last weekend, we saw them getting stuck in their own 6-yard box. The balls are bouncing around, causing all kinds of chaos. So again, film room, it's pointed out, they fixed it. These guys have responded tonight.
And Galaxy had 1 goal on that chaos in front of the net on a corner. They could have had at least 1 more. That has been fixed tonight for San Diego.
When you watch that on film and you realize, oh, it should have been cleared, we should have pushed up, and so many little mistakes that cost you, those hurt. But what's important is that they learned, they responded.
And certainly have here with the advantage as we approach the end of the first half. This is sending it ahead, looking for De La Fuente. And again, Stoneman is right there. The 24-year-old from Illinois. The Loyola Rambler, who already has a goal in the year. With several stops in that center back position tonight. Metcalf this time. Keeping out of play for San Diego.
Come, Jack, to the ball, to the ball, to the ball. Keep this way, Jack, keep this way. Keep it moving. Don't get it trapped. Yes, Johnny, right. Yes. Win it, Jack. Well done.
Metcalf again, that's 2 in a row. And he turns things around for San Diego this time.
And you can hear Coach Yallop there. He sees Torrey matched up 1v1. He's telling him to go. He wants his personality players to have the confidence to take on in that final third. Little nuances that when there's fans and the locals singing the whole time, we don't get to hear the little nuances coming out from the coaches.
Obviously, we look forward to the day when the 6,100 can be back here and the locals in Carrera Stadium. For the rest of 2020 in this regular season. San Diego will have to play with them from afar in their support from home.
But they know they're there. Their banners up, their tifos up in the end zone where they would normally be sitting and singing, standing and singing, I should say. So the players know they want to play well for them.
Fans, you can follow the Loyal and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN+. It's the home of the USL, the MLS, UFC, and plenty more. Join nearly 8 million sports fans have already discovered ESPN+. Watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. We're going to restart this one here all the way back
Two balls in the field.
at the original throw-in spot.
Yeah, there's an extra ball on the field over here by Delgado. Loyal happy that he called that one back. He'll take it.
Daly who switched sides once kind of come off.
The fourth official has indicated there'll be a
We've got 4 minutes of stoppage time here in our opening half. Moshabane scoring before the 10-minute mark. Third try inside the box. Now the Loyal here in these extra 4 minutes looking to attack. Mendiola makes the turn, top of the box for Torre. Another good non-call there. San Diego with the counter, and Spencer.
That's a ball there. They want Spencer to take a peek over his shoulder, realize the defender's 3 yards off, either hold the ball or turn with it, and then Moshabane was potentially in. That's a difficult ball to play back at that pace for Zizou.
Stoneman, who's had a great first half at center back. Elijah Martin, who draws the start tonight for Landon Donovan. Up along that left side of the formation. Restart will actually go to Vegas here. Will not go to San Diego.
In fairness, I think that's a call that could have gone either way or just let them play on. It's 2 guys fighting for the ball. From up here, I didn't see anything wrong with that.
Crossed in and again. Stoneman, who's there. And this is going to go to San Diego this time.
Lights are throwing everything forward at this point. They know they're running out of time in this first half. They would love nothing more than to find an equalizer to go into halftime and be able to catch their breath and reset. John's going to take his time with this restart and eat up pretty much most of what's left on the clock.
Metcalf. Well, there's that side and Greenspan. The player that does not have that kind of size, not able to cover as he did there and keep possession of San Diego.
But talk about composure and what beautiful touches there by Adams to spin with it and then Meg the next player.
Elijah Martin will play it back. And Kempen just goes wide with it. And they call an inadvertent handball, so no whistle here. And San Diego will actually have it on a restart.
The referee waved off his AR, though. He has the final say. You saw the flag go up. You saw right away the center ref wave it off. But the AR kept his flag off, so they're going to talk about it.
They're going to go talk. So Fernando Rodriguez is the assistant referee. Joseph Salinas is our center official tonight. It was an inverted handball in the box. Initially waved off as a no call. Now Salzizo, the captain, over there to argue.
And you guarantee Loyal are telling them, stick with your call. Right. You waved it off. You let us play. You can't go back now.
Morgan's watching again. Criticizing your camera shot.
What do you say about my stuff, yeah?
Oh, he's pointing to the
and
circle.
He's calling it.
All right, well, so in stoppage time, Joseph Salinas has pointed to the circle, a delayed handball call in the box. And a chance for the equalizer. Jose Carrera will be the one to step up and take this one. Now, John Kempen has been very good on PKs. He actually, the MLS level, at one point for the Galaxy, saved 2 of them in a match against Columbus, the team that eventually signed him. So this is a chance at an equalizer here in stoppage time. And we're well over right now. Jose Carrera against John Kempen with 7 saves a week ago. And he stops it. 2 in a row and right in. So on the equalizer here in stoppage time, Kempen with 2 different saves. And then the equalizer here for Las Vegas.
And there's nothing more you can expect for Kempen. You have to follow your runners in the box. There's 2 Loyal players, Elijah Martin being one of them. Wow. Unfortunate, Daly's faster. He's able to get a foot on that. But after the second save, there's no way any Lights players should be open.
Well, Kempen again had 2 great chances at it. 1 and then 2 again from Carrera. Unfortunately, Daly was the one who beat 3 different Loyal defenders to the far side post.
That's a tough one. There's not much more Kempen can do on that. That's when you need help from your teammates. They've got to pick up the runners.
And that'll do it for our first half. So a stoppage time penalty kick, a delayed call on a handball in the box, has evened things up. Las Vegas and San Diego here to the halftime break. It was Tumi Moshabane who scored early for Loyal. His first goal for the 26-year-old from South Africa. And then the equalizer comes in stoppage time in nearly the 50th minute of stoppage time here. 4+ minutes of stoppage time for Rashawn Daly and Las Vegas.
And that's definitely a bit of a heartbreaker for Loyal, but they've got to regroup and realize they had the flow of the game. It's working. They've got to stick to the game plan and come out even hungrier in the second half.
We will get to halftime here and the second half kick on the way from Torero Stadium. 1 apiece here from San Diego.
Hurry into Sprouts Farmers Market for your favorite summer fruits. From the sweetest cherries, mouth-watering melons, and the juiciest peaches and nectarines. Shop the freshest produce at the best prices only at Sprouts Farmers Market.
At Chosen Foods, we are inspired by the vibrant culinary lifestyle of the Baja Med and, of course, by avocados. From our flagship avocado oil to our family of dressings, mayos, simmer sauces, and guacamoles, the versatility of all Chosen Foods avocado-based products offer you the freedom to be both healthy and creative in the kitchen. Join us in the sun-drenched utopia of Chosen Foods, the avocado. Celebrate it.
Pride, camaraderie, loyalty. Soccer is here. Your club. For now, for always. San Diego Loyal versus Los Angeles Galaxy. Wednesday night at 7 on Antenna TV. Soccer is here. San Diego Loyal versus Los Angeles Galaxy. Wednesday night at 7 on Antenna TV.
apiece here at the halftime break in San Diego. The Loyal scoring early, Tumi Moshibani with his first goal, and then Sean Downey with the equalizer in stoppage time. Rebound off of a penalty kick to make it one apiece. Well, now the captain for San Diego is Sal Zizzo, of course, a San Diego native from Patrick Henry High, and a great legacy here for Little Italy and beyond as we visit with the captain.
Little Italy back then was slowly becoming obviously what it is today, but it was nothing. I mean, it was nothing of that sort. So, you know, I have a lot of memories being on that street at night when there wasn't, you know, that complete vibe down there. And now it's just kind of exploded. And so it's kind of cool to be one of the first people that was always eating down there, was always hanging out down there, was always watching, you know, Italian national soccer games there. And now to see what it's become is pretty extraordinary. And obviously having my grandparents on the wall and, you know, uncles that own some restaurants on that street, it's a proud moment. It really does feel like everything's kind of coming full circle. I mean, it's weird. It's like I always put soccer in one category and then like my San Diego life in another category, and now they're kind of just intertwined and it's the same thing. So that's why I kind of just feel like, you know, my life's more complete. Putting on the captain's armband for the first game in club history, having tons of friends and family in the stands, and having really 6,000 people who may have felt like regular fans, but they were all San Diegans really, and whenever I was gone and wasn't in San Diego, if someone said they were from San Diego, it was like I was friends and family with them. So it really just felt like I was where I needed to be at that moment, and I was just kind of taking it all in. San Diego as a city has always kind of strived for that and needed that, but they kind of haven't really had that. You know, it's shown during World Cups, it's shown in youth soccer, it's shown all over that there's tons of soccer fans and a ton of good players, youth players, and then players that have grown up to play professionally, and it's going to be cool now to have that for these young kids to kind of grow up with and really take a liking to.
Sal Zizzo, the captain, a 33-year-old. How about that career? Especially in the MLS, a little bit of time in Germany as well, at the highest of levels. The very first signing for Landon Donovan and the Loyal. Well, USL in full swing here tonight, including our 3 matches in Group B.
The United Soccer League and its 47th championship in League One clubs stand united in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can create change. Together, we are united against racism.
Once a community's long-term player development pathway is established, USL clubs must clearly define their talent identification strategy in collaboration with their youth network. Establishing this strategy provides local clubs and coaches the opportunity to recommend top young prospects towards the USL Academy level and eventually their local USL senior team. As players are identified, the USL Academy League is designed to provide young players the opportunity to transition from youth soccer to playing at the senior level in 3 different ways. Players most ready to make the jump to the USL Championship, League 1 and League 2 can begin their integration into a senior team by taking a part-time senior status, allowing them to train and even play at the senior level while still getting additional training and games within the USL Academy League. Top young players projected to be ready for their first integration into senior team soccer within 1 to 2 years will be encouraged to register as the full-time academy status. Players with a longer-term projection towards the USL senior team will have the flexibility to continue primarily being a part of their youth team through the part-time youth status. This will also encourage further collaboration between the youth network and the USL senior team, as coaches from both levels can work together to determine the right time to move players through that established pathway. For more information, visit usl-academy.com.
One apiece here in San Diego tonight. Loyal and Las Vegas Lights in the 11 here on the Group E side with a nice start to their campaign. And for us here in Group B, San Diego and Phoenix coming into the night, although Loyal had one more match than the Phoenix Rising did. They both have 7 points. The top Group B, again, the top two will head to the playoffs out of these 5 teams in the regional restart to the USL Championship campaign. The Galaxy, after their 3 points against San Diego last Sunday, right behind the two leaders in Group B. As mentioned, all 3 matches tonight involve these Group B sides. They're all playing at the exact same time, kind of late into the evening here. And then on Wednesday, San Diego will be heading up to Carson for a road contest against the Galaxy before turning home against Sacramento a week from tonight. And one apiece for San Diego and Las Vegas. Here's the updated scoreboard for tonight's action. Scoreless at the break, Sacramento and Los Angeles. That game up in Carson tonight, and Phoenix at Orange County, actually trailing on the road. We are at 1 apiece for our matchup with 45 minutes still to go here. San Diego and Las Vegas from Torero Stadium on an absolutely gorgeous 70-degree night in America's finest city here this evening from Torero Stadium.
We just gotta, we break down, we gotta get everyone on.
But it's the whole mission, saving the world.
Imagine a better one.
Get in, I'll show you.
Stay naked.
Nailed it.
You be brave. Something's out there.
Let's not lose money. I just want to say thank you.
Goodbye, boys.
To going out on top together. I have good news for you. You have a huge heart and a mind that was able to imagine all of this.
You're helping to save lives.
Every day. Thank you for daring to imagine health differently.
Together, we're changing the future.
For good. For good.
For good.
For good.
Rated E for everyone.
At Chosen Foods, we are inspired by the vibrant culinary lifestyle of the Baja Med and, of course, by avocados. From our flagship avocado oil to our family of dressings, mayos, simmer sauces, and guacamoles, the versatility of all Chosen Foods avocado-based products offer you the freedom to be both healthy and creative in the kitchen. Join us in the sun-drenched utopia of Chosen Foods, the avocado. Celebrate it.
1 apiece at the break in San Diego tonight. An absolutely gorgeous San Diego evening for us. Loyal, lights, 1 apiece. And it was San Diego early, dominating the possession. At one point, it was more than 2/3, 1/3 in favor of the Loyal, and that earned them an early goal from Tumi Moshibane, 26-year-old, off a nice feed from the corner, and Jack Metcalf able to clean things up after 3 opportunities for San Diego's Moshibane, who put into the back of the net. That was the early goal for San Diego, and it stood up after all this time and all the possession. Much different looking first half than we saw a week ago against Los Dos. But Moshibane able to make this one stand for San Diego and put the Loyal on top with a redirect into the back of the nets. That was how things stood until stoppage time, late into the contest. And again, for San Diego, there's plenty of possession. Moshibane had 3 early shots on goal, 3 on targets, and the one that finally connected. But in the end, it was all simply for a 1-1 tie after our first 45+ minutes. And that stoppage time proved to be important. It was an inadvertent handball in the box, a delayed call, initially a no call, then a penalty kick that was saved not once but twice by John Kempen before Rashawn Daly put it into the nets to make it 1 apiece. Kempen, after 7 saves a week ago, had 2 of them here, but it is 1 apiece. So that's how we will go into the second half here tonight. Jack Cronin, Hall of Famer Shannon McMillan with you here tonight. You may have noticed on the jerseys for the Loyal tonight that the Stone Brewing symbol, logo was upside down. And you might think that was very odd. You saw it in the corner there on the dasher boards. We're joined by Lizzie Yunkin, the Director of Communications for Stone Brewing, who's nice enough to grace us with her presence tonight in the booth. This is a different campaign for you guys. No stone unturned. And it's why you're seeing these jerseys in a different frame tonight.
It's a little askew, isn't it?
It is a little bit different, a little different there.
Yeah, so it's not the only thing askew here. All of our labels at Stone are upside down. From here to New York City, everything is upside down. And we've done that because we leave no stone unturned. So we want to reinforce that message of just attention to quality. And I think San Diego Loyal does the same, right? We're in the boat together. We didn't have to convince them to turn their logo upside down too. To draw attention to the fact that everything from the way we work within our communities to the way we brew beer, the way we distribute beer, we leave no stone unturned.
It's been an amazing partnership between these two sides, between the startup of the Loyal, between the craft beer leader in Stone Brewing, and how legacy and how local things are between the two sides. And now with this campaign, it was something you just kind of quietly rolled out. It wasn't, you might have gotten a bottle or a can and seen something upside down and thought it was a misprint or a mislabel. It was all part of the campaign.
That's right. We had some fun with it. We didn't tell anyone at first, and we let people post their photos to our social accounts, telling us, berating us for making mistakes, and we let that all happen before telling them that actually no, we did this on purpose, and we continue to do it. It'll be fun.
I mean, this is one of those kind of grassroots type campaigns. It's something that gets people buzzing out there. But there is a message to it. As you said, there's a message to the craftsmanship and the fearlessness that goes into what you guys do and what San Diego does as well.
Absolutely. And this partnership is really special to us. We've never advertised 24 years. We've never had a sponsorship like this. We've never had a partnership quite this grand. And this is the first we did it because we really aligned with everything San Diego Loyal stands for. This is where we're from. Stones distributes in 40 countries and all 50 states, but San Diego's our hometown, and we really want to make sure that we're a part of this.
Well, the other, last thing on this is that the jerseys, and again, the Stone logo is unturned, so to speak. It's upside down. The jerseys are also going to be available to folks here as part of the promotion.
Yes, this is really cool. You'll notice that not only are ours and SD Loyal's upside down, but Rady Children's Hospital is also upside down. We will actually begin donating or auctioning these off over the next week, and the proceeds will go to Rady's Children's Hospital Foundation. So no fans can get these otherwise. These game day jerseys are going to be auctioned off with proceeds going to Rady's Children's.
Well, it's a wonderful campaign, kind of a collector's item almost here.
Absolutely.
When it comes to the No Stone Unturned from Stone Brewing campaign. Lizzie Yunkin, thank you very much for your time. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. So there it is. This partnership has been incredible between San Diego Loyal and Stone Brewing, the jersey title sponsorship, and the two have so much in common as great ambassadors for the San Diego region. And we thank Stone for what they have done. As Lizzie said, Rady Children's Hospital involved as well, and they'll be auctioning off these jerseys from tonight's match. Shannon McMillan back with us here as well. And Shannon, this second half for Las Vegas has been coming out here pretty much on fire.
Absolutely. They're picking up on the momentum of that late goal. They probably know it wasn't necessarily the good call, but they're taking advantage of it. They're taking the game to Loyal right now. The guys need to settle down and get back a hold of the game and play to the game plan.
San Diego had dominated the possession. It was about 68-32. It wound up about 58-42, so it kind of came back to Vegas by the end of the stoppage time. But still, it was Loyal who was in control.
Absolutely, and soccer can be a crazy game. That goal definitely came a little bit against the run of play, but in fairness, Lights were pressing a little bit towards the end there. And just an unfortunate call, especially when you see the referee call off the AR. That should be the end of it. The flag should go down, but the AR kept his flag up, somehow convinced the referee to change his mind.
Loyal building up opportunities. Spencer and Moshabani, who had that early goal. The only sub used on either side here has been the injury substitution. Sekou Kane came off, and Javin Torre came on for Frank Gallup and the Lights in that first half. That has been it for either side.
Think he's okay? Ask him.
And as we mentioned, Donovan knows that decisions are being made with the thought of a long week. So we're definitely going to see some substitutes and some fresh legs out here for Loyal. After this half settles in a little bit, and players off the bench need to come in with the spark and raise the level of the game.
And Spencer pushed to the turf.
And that's exactly why he's in there. He's so strong on the ball. They missed that last week. He's able to hold it up and get the foul. Otherwise, he's playing out of it.
And with his size up top there, he's able to push ahead for a player like Moshibane and kind of create right below him.
Yeah, Moshibane's so dangerous getting in behind and driving towards the goal. So when you have a tall player like Ben who's really good in the air also, he can flick those balls on if Moshibane has the time to get in behind him.
Mendiola, who's very far back now in that formation. Good first touch from Colin Martin.
That's a beautiful turn there. He felt the pressure of Mendiola and just gave a little bit of a fake and spun out of the pressure, and then is able to keep possession, which is what Loyal need to get back to now. Setting the rhythm and the tempo of the game.
The initial 1 or 2 minutes from Las Vegas, this feels like much more how the match started. 3 defenders all over Spencer there. But San Diego with a little bit more possession. Official plays advantage, so they are playing on for Vegas. Daly, who had the goal, taken away by Stoneman.
Stoneman has just been solid back there for Loyal. Both he and Greenspan stood him up, and Stoneman's able to make the tackle and fight off that pressure there from Lights coming in.
Well off his lines, Lalo. He just got ahead of Spencer. Elijah Martin with space. Adams. Zizo.
Loyal have to look to get Metcalf a bit more involved this half. We saw him a couple times in the first half, and he was dangerous, but they're not able to find him out there on that right flank too much.
Adams with the switch. There he is. So, Moshibane down to the touch line. Alvarez and Martin back and forth here. Elijah Martin for Colin Martin. These two worked well together on the left side of the formation.
Yeah, they've been combining well over there, and Loyal are finding themselves with a lot more time on the ball because they're taking cleaner first touches. You'll hear Coach Nate all week at training talk about valuing the ball. They're doing that more tonight with cleaner touches as well as the distribution to each other. Except for that one. It's the commentator's curse.
Now Carrera making the charge here, stays on it. Top of the box, it's Daly again. Daly right to Kempen. Chance on a restart here for San Diego. They don't quite have the numbers, but Martin will push.
That was nice, quick, early distribution from Kempen to find Colin Martin. They just don't have the numbers surging forward.
Spencer long range, and Lalo will collect it. Yeah, I love the restart from Kempen. Get it right out and up and running.
You know, he's fired up after having that goal go in the last few seconds of that half. He's fired up. He's going to be pushing his team to get that goal back.
It's not for lack of effort from the keeper, that's for sure. 2 great saves off the PK for John Kempen. Now, that's why here's Mendiola.
It's a big ask to have your keeper make the first save, but to bounce up and make that second save as well, what more can the guy do? Someone needs to mark up and not let them have that easy tap in.
On the third effort, Rashawn Daly collected the first goal.
Charlie Adams just got himself a yellow card there. I think in his little feisty nature is letting the referee know what he thinks about certain plays. The referee doesn't hesitate to book him. This is actually a look at the replay. Yep, that the card's actually for that late foul early on, but the referee let the play go on, but remembered it was Charlie, comes back to book him for taking out both legs.
And the flag's going to be up here on Mendiola, so an offside for Las Vegas, even though Mendiola will try and put it between the pipes. Offside call.
And he's going to finish that one off anyway, even though he heard the whistle loud and clear. A little extra meaning behind that. Referee's letting him know, play the whistle, please.
One apiece here, 55 minutes. Chumimo Shabane scoring in the 9th minute, and then Daly in stoppage time. It's the 51st minute. That's how long we went in extra time with the PK, the delayed call, the handball in the box, and eventually the equalizer. That's where we are now into the second half. Torre, long range, Kempen's right there.
Torre, he's the sub that came on in the first half, and he's been pretty effective so far. He does well to get Joe Greenspan's feet tied up and get a shot off, but Kempen had it covered.
Colin Martin just waiting.
And you see the lights, they're playing in a lower restraining line. Usually they're a team that wants to press, but Coach Yallop, knowing they probably don't have the game legs to do that for a full 90 minutes, are letting them catch their breath and get their feet under them by sitting in a lower restraining line before they press.
Martin with a good idea, trying to find Spencer on the cut.
We need one bad.
Goes on through, and the flag will be up again here. Daly was offside again, just across the midfield marker. Offside, and the flag is up.
Nothing they can argue on that one. He was a good 3 yards off. The AR was in position to call it. And again, it's an opportunity where Loyal have been able to push up more than they were last weekend.
Nice job to hold the line there as we'll go back to San Diego on the restart. San Diego's got a couple of subs that they are making ready for Landon Donovan here in the 58th minute, and they will likely be both up top once they come on for the Loyal side. See when Landon wants to pull the trigger. Up top, here's Colin Martin for Elijah Martin. That's taken away. Martin does a good job to come back to it. Recovered nicely, right back for San Diego. So Elijah Martin not giving up on that one. Metcalf sent it in just up top, looking for the height of Ben Spencer, and it goes long.
But that's the counter press that Coach Landon and Nate are looking for. Loyal want to press and then counter press, meaning when the ball goes negative, having someone come back and double team, pick that ball off. Colin Martin does a great job there. They're able to keep the ball in that attacking third, switch the field, and get almost a good look on goal. Just a little too high for Ben, even with all that height.
Irvin Parra and Francis Atuahene are warming for San Diego.
You know, Parra's going to be hungry to get out there to play against his old club. As we mentioned, 15 goals last year for the Lights. He still has yet to find that scoring magic here in San Diego. He would love more than anything to do that tonight.
Daly whistled there. Yeah, Parra's been battling some injuries, and so looking for his chance, and it could come against his former side.
And fresh legs and speed and pace with the Atuahene and Parra against a team that's been worn down by the possession, maybe feeling a little bit tired.
Martin playing it ahead, looking for Alvarez. On the turn, Spencer trying to get to it. Right leg swinging in and blocked away.
That's a lovely little through run by Alvarez. Lays it off for Spencer, which is a little too far out of his reach. He has to slide to get something on it, but it was covered by the lights.
Spencer, just look in the box. Alvarez giving chase. Metcalf staying into the box.
What is it?
Loyal have definitely kicked it up a notch. Again, they're winning the ball in that attacking half, giving them more opportunity to get closer to goal when they do have it. Now they need to capitalize in that final third again.
Moshabane drifting back. And the offside flag is out. All right, here come the subs for San Diego. First, it'll be Irvin Parra, who played for Vegas, scored 15 goals a season ago, most in Vegas history. He will come on for Ben Spencer up top for San Diego. And Francis Atuahene will also be on. 2 goals against Tacoma and some great chances last Sunday against the Galaxy side. He'll be coming on for Colin Martin. So Atuahene, the former Michigan Wolverine and 4th overall pick in the 2018 MLS draft, who's on loan right now from FC Dallas. So now you've got 2 subs and they're going to move up top, replacing one of the midfielders and going up top.
Yeah, and these are subs, again, with the big picture in mind of 3 games in a full week, because Colin Martin has worked really hard. He's been very effective around the ball with some lovely little through balls with texture on them. So this is more about thinking big picture, getting some fresh legs out there, and with the speed of Atuahene and Parra up top, look for them to press even more now.
So Atuahene and Parra both go ahead of Moshabane, who stays in the contest with the goal and 3 chances in the first half.
Yeah, and Moshabane's dropping more into the role of the 10 spot, and he's going to look to distribute and let Parra and Atuahene do the work getting in behind now.
So 2 substitutions, the first 2 for Landon Donovan in this match coming 62 minutes in. 1 apiece. Mendiola. Daly. Robinson sends it in. Go out wide.
Good look at Coach Donovan there and Coach Miller. Donovan had some words for the referee, wondering where their call was in the box. He thought it was a similar handball just against the lights previously. Could sense a little frustration out there, understandably so.
Atuahene on the overlap to Elijah Martin. Martin stays with it. Back for Moshabane, ahead of Atuahene into the box. And that's played back out wide. San Diego Loyal season ticket memberships on sale now for the 2021 season. $50 deposits, priority seating, sdloyal.com/tickets, or you can email Tickets at sdloyal.com. Into the box and immediately into the contest. Irvin Parra with the sliding stop in to make it 2-1.
That is exactly what Parra wanted to do tonight. A brilliant header there. Put so much power on that from such a short range. There's nothing that Delgado could have done. It's a lovely little cross into the box as well. And a beautiful finish. It's a Tuaheni there. Oh, no. Yep, it's actually Moshobani. Good little footwork there, left-footed cross. And there's Parra to drill it home past Delgado. That one has a little bit extra meaning for him tonight.
4 minutes in, and immediately off the bench, Parra against his former club makes it 2-1.
Couldn't ask for a better start for Parra, and you could see it there. That goal means so much more to that man than just putting his team ahead.
So now 2-1 in favor of the Loyal. And those fresh legs, that renewed attack to put 3 up top, including the 2 subs, a Tuaheni and Parra, immediately pays dividends for Landon Donovan. Parra with his first Loyal uniform.
And if you're Loyal now, you want to stay calm and composed. Stay compact defensively like they've been doing with the big tackles as well, but also keep possession, set the tone and the rhythm, and don't let the Lights get any sniff at the game again.
Yeah, right back on top after that penalty. Now the order has been restored to the San Diego side. So Parra with his first, battling through the injuries. Obviously the relocation of the signing here in San Diego, the expansion club.
And he's worked hard away from practice. When you're injured, you're there at practice to support the team, but then you have to do hours of extra work to stay fit, do your treatment, and get your body right. So he's been putting in the time, just as Ben have, to get themselves healthy and be able to be out there tonight.
Sliding header to get that one to make it 2-1 San Diego.
That was so well done by Moshobani out on the flank. A little dancing on the ball and just a nice little floated ball in for Parra to come diving in on.
We're going to have some early candidates here for the man of the match voting. You're already able to vote now for the Chosen Foods man of the match. Go to sdloyal.com/fans to choose between 4 candidates for tonight's Chosen Foods man of the match. The voting closes in the 80th minute, so we got a little bit of time here. There are already 2 goal-scoring candidates, including Parra in his 4 minutes on the field and immediately in goal. And Chosen Foods man of the match.
Don't forget Grant Stoneman, who's made some solid tackles on that back line. He's read the ball well. He's covered Greenspan and Zizo. Kempen making 2 beautiful saves on the PK. It's going to be a tough call.
I don't think you can be able to count Kempen out of any of these, no matter what happens in front of him.
It's well done by Moshobani right there. Plays it off, gets the throw in. Now they can slow play it, calm the game down a little bit.
Excellent point. I mean, think about it, this is a little tiny thing for those who are watching. Just keep possession. In basketball, throwing out your opponent out of it. I mean, just that's a little thing.
The little nuances of the game, but they can make a big change.
That's a big one here. A Tuaheni finds himself right out in front of goal.
That was really
Metcalf had come up and challenged, and now he forces the corner. All hustle from Jack Metcalf to force the corner, and a Tuaheni had it fall right in front of him with the keeper off the line.
I think it might have taken him a little bit by surprise, but Metcalf, as you said, does a great job pressing right there, is able to pick the ball, and Tuaheni finds himself just ball sitting up nice in front of him with the keeper out. Unfortunately, isn't able to do better with it, but they still earn a corner kick.
So here is Charlie Adams to swing this one in. Collects long range there from Metcalf again after his hustle play, but it goes wide.
But when we're saying Metcalf's name, it
Yes.
means he's involved, and that's a good thing for the Loyal. That's a difficult shot bouncing up. He actually does the right thing by playing that and killing any potential chance of a counterattack, even if it's not a shot on goal.
There's Shabane after his early goal, much more involved here, and he's been given the freedom to play below the two strikers now. Oh, a nice idea from Parra, just batted backward. Now Daly. Wide. And die. Elijah Martin, who's been great here on both ends of the field with a sliding stop. Nicely done.
That's a lovely effort for him to get back. Zizo does a really good job holding him up, and Dye comes late, and Elijah Martin's there to win that tackle and the throw-in.
USL Championship looking toward August. One final nationally televised match in July. Early contest for the top of Group E. Center stage, St. Louis FC, Indy 11. Early separation for the rest of the group. St. Louis FC, Indy 11 Sunday. 26th here, coming up tomorrow at 5 o'clock Eastern time on ESPN Deportes for a USL Championship game of the week. Fuente come all the way across. Now Torre, top of the box, playing it back for Carrera. Now here's Mendiola. Waiting with the left foot, sends it in, and it will go long. Loyal had plenty of defenders back there.
Yeah, they're well organized, and that's the difference. When they're able to have possession and they're taking control of the game and setting the tone, it allows them to get back, get organized. You can hear them talking out there, organizing each other, and that's well organized and well defended by Loyal.
See 11 money? Oh, there he is. I got him in front of us. Yeah.
Kempen, who had the 2 saves on the PK, unfortunately the 3rd rebound went in for the lone Las Vegas goal. Otherwise hasn't had too much to be bothered with here tonight. 7 saves against the Galaxy. We could go Sunday. Daly, nice play ahead to De La Fuente, and Kempen's right there.
You see the gamesmanship of Kempen on throw-ins for the Loyal. They're now going to try to slow play it, kill off as much of the clock. Exactly what frustrated them last weekend when Los Dos did it to them. But they don't want the Lights to get any sense of rhythm in this game and potentially get an equalizer.
Well, Tua Henne is whistled here. That's a quick whistle right near the midfield mark.
That's a little bit of a soft call if you ask me.
Overlapping run comes to Torre. There's the cross. De La Fuente high. Vegas, you know, with some of the counters, they're going to have a sub themselves here. Junior Burgos, who scored the first goal here at this facility back on March 7th. The early goal that gave Vegas the advantage before Charlie Adams tied things up. He will come on for Jose Carrera, who took the PK late in that first half.
And that goal that Burgos scored in the home opener for Loyal is goal of the year material. He got Fenlison off his line a little bit. Great strike with the half volley, finds the back of the net.
We're into the hydration break now for the second half. And again, with the restart, with so much time off, with the lack of training and practice, these two teams have been given hydration breaks in both halves. So here we go, 2-1 San Diego. The early contest, the early advantage from Tumi Moshabane.
That goal came early on with the Jack Metcalf whipping across in. Moshabane actually gets on it first, but then it's saved. He gets the rebound. And there's Kempen making 2 incredible saves, but wide open. Daly's able to tap that in. And then finally Moshabane to Parra. A lovely little ball that just froze the keeper. Parra's able to come in, diving header. Lovely goal for him.
Yeah, not much that Delgado could do. It was kind of a, it was a ricochet. It was a, and a redirection. And Parra was tracking it the whole time. That's a nice goal.
And the way he threw himself through there, he put so much power on that there was no question and nothing that Lalo could have done on that.
So as we said, Irvin Parra from Inglewood, the 26-year-old, 15 goals for Vegas last year. Able to step right in. And how about Landon Donovan with those 2 substitutions and immediate dividends?
Yeah, and again, he's playing towards the 3 games, managing the minutes and the load on these players, knowing that it's such a quick turnaround. He can't overload anybody and lose them for the next 2 games. So that's where the depth comes into play, as we talked about. He wants to get max points, but he also wants to make sure they're able to play come next Saturday back home.
And so it works out tactically 2 different ways. You get fresh legs on and 2 dynamic goal scorers up top, and you save some of your personnel for 3 matches in 8 days. And in fact, we're probably getting another sub here momentarily from Landon Donovan in the Loyal sideline.
And dropping Moshabane into that 10, he's actually done really well to play make. We've only usually seen him up top in the front runner position, but he's been a solid little number 10. Picked up right where Colin Martin left off, who was very active in the play throughout the majority of the game as well.
Eric Avila, the San Diego native from La Costa Canyon High School, UC Santa Barbara. He is going to come on momentarily for San Diego out of the hydration break for Landon Donovan. Landon matching up with his former coach, one of his mentors, and Frank Yallop. Won 2 MLS titles together in San Jose. We talked to Frank about the first time he saw Landon play back in 2000, before he was drafted, before he went to the MLS ranks down in Florida, not knowing anything about him. And here's Frank Yallop going down to Bradenton and leaning over to the guy next to him going, who's this number 10 who is completely dominating out there as a 17-year-old? And it's Landon Donovan 20 years ago.
And what a great relationship. They go on to win 2 championships at San Jose. Landon credits Yallop as a mentor to him on the coaching aspect and really teaching him that it's so much beyond the field and the players as players, but more about people. Coach Yallop has nothing but respect for Landon. They're still good friends and stay in contact, even to today.
Yallop's going to coach this Las Vegas side for the rest of the year. They'll eventually search for a permanent coach. He said he's not going to apply for that position. He's just there to help out and keep things moving for Las Vegas.
And that just speaks to what an incredible person Coach Yallop is.
Now, from long range, Burgos, who knows a thing or 2 about that, goes high here, but there's that long range ability again.
Thought he'd have the luck of last time. A little bit too close. But as we were talking about, Coach Yallop stepping in to allow the Vegas Lights to find a good fit for them to be a head coach. He did say he's not interested in the job. Who knows what that's going to look like 3 months from now. He very well could get the bug again and be interested, but as of right now, he says he's just here to help the guys and allow the organization find what could be a good fit for them.
Yeah, when you've got, I mean, that's a luxury to have that kind of coaching talent simply there as maybe an interim, maybe, who knows, for the long term. San Diego was about to bring on Eric Avila before the injury here. And a stoppage in the 79th minute.
And Yallop stepping into a difficult position. This is their first game in 5 months. He's only had about 3 weeks to really work with the guys. But to his credit and his resume, they've responded. He says they're very coachable, and they're only going to get better from today, even with just the short time that he has with them. He's going to help them continue to grow as a team and iron some things out, just like the Loyal have done over the last few games.
There's Burgos, who had the long shot. Elijah Martin is the one actually coming off here in the substitution for Eric Avila, so he will come off and continue treatments on the sideline as Avila enters. Got the start against LA, comes off the bench here with 3 matches in 8 days for Landon Donovan in San Diego. They'll rotate these guys through.
That's such a comfort knowing you can go to your bench and bring in someone with fresh legs and not miss a beat. Elijah Martin's played really hard tonight. He and Colin Martin were combining a lot down the left side. He was very active, and we just hope he's okay.
And John Kemp is going to pick up a yellow card for delay of game here. He went up to the ball as if to kick and then saw a blade of grass out of place and decided he would reset. So he's picked up a yellow for his time delaying tactic.
Yeah, safe to say the referee's all over that antic.
Let's go back to Vegas here. We got, this is embarrassment of riches in the number of soccer balls that we have available along the sidelines. So 2 or 3 of them come into play at once from time to time.
Especially with no ball kids out there.
Yeah,
they're just showing up on the field by themselves.
That's right.
Come on, come on, come on. Keep going, outside, outside. Get to it, outside. Outside.
You can hear Charlie Adams out there organizing, trying to keep the ball on the outside because Loyal shifted over defensively. They don't want them to, the Lights to play it back across and get them off to the races. So great job there by Charlie Adams to organize.
Sandoval looking ahead for Mendiola. About 10 minutes left to go. And now Atuahene had an opportunity right in the midfield circle. Robinson now.
The pressure, Loyal had the ball pop right to Atuahene. He unfortunately takes too heavy of a first touch. Otherwise, he would have been 1v1 and nothing but space behind.
Played ahead on the counter. De La Fuente. Burgos. De La Fuente tried to one-time it, but Parra was right there.
An excellent work rate from Parra. He's the front runner. He's back there. Atuahene's back there. They're defending. They know it's going to be a grind these last 10 minutes or so. As a coach, you love when your front runners are willing to come back and fight and battle like that.
All right, so Burgos will take the corner now for Vegas. 2-1 San Diego. Time winding down. Sends it in short. And it's finally cleared away. Robinson for Ndai. Mendiola. Cut off line. There is Stoneman again. It's a great match. Atuahene.
That's so well read right there by Stoneman. He invited that pass by staying a little bit deep, and then as soon as Mendiola played it, he pounces on it. He finds Atuahene. Atuahene does a well job to turn, get the foul, and now again, Loyal's going to slow play it.
There's Moshabane. He had the early goal. Playing from the 10 now for Parra. And a whistle to be a San Diego. So a nice spot for the Loyal restart now. And a yellow. Given to Johnny Fenwick. We'll see what San Diego elects to do from this distance.
84th minute.
Moshabane finds Parra right there. He does well to play it one time. And Fenwick comes sliding through just a tad bit late. If Parra had tried to hold up that ball, he would have been probably a cleaner tackle, but because Parra plays it first time, knowing that pressure's coming, he's able to draw the foul, slow the game. And Charlie Adams with that left foot, he might have a go from here, or he's going to try to find Greenspan to redirect it in the box.
Charlie Adams will line up for San Diego. Just about straight on to goal. Adams is going to go high.
Airmailed that.
What happened?
He airmailed that.
Not exactly to what they drew up on the training grounds, but it allows Loyal to get back and get organized for the next wave of Lights.
Greenspan again in the air.
You can hear the local screaming, Joe says no.
Every time.
He was up and over 2 Lights players to convincingly win that head ball.
Just about 5 minutes left to go. Tuahene has been up top there with a couple of opportunities now since coming on. Campo for Mendiola. And Dye misplayed it, so it's going to stay with San Diego.
Avila does a really nice job there as Ndai takes his first touch, putting him under pressure, so it's a tough first touch that goes out for a Loyal throw-in.
We'll get a substitution for Frank Yallop and Las Vegas. Comic Chester will come on, and he'll replace Brian De La Fuente up top for the Lights.
Las Vegas substitution in the match, number 11, Yamakani Chester.
Yamakani will move forward.
Replaces number 14, Brian De La Fuente.
It stays with San Diego again. Gives Zizo time to walk over and track it down. 2-1 San Diego. Irvin Parra, 4 minutes after coming on as a sub late in the second half. With the potential game winner, Tumi Moshabane, with the early goal in the 9th minute. And now a restart for San Diego. 3 points here with Loyal would do wonders. 5 matches in. Dropped 3 against the Galaxy on Sunday. And for the moment, ahead of Las Vegas here.
And what's nice to see is that the Loyal responded. It was a tough loss last week. They put the work in this week watching film and in training, and to have them come out and respond and have control of the game like this, if the score holds, it's a well-deserved win.
Well, Tuahene did a nice job to keep possession. Parra sliding back. A nice 50-50 play. Keep it alive. Now Parra is whistled. Torre. A little bit of room to work, long range, and Stoneman's right there for the stop.
Probably over at about 93. But I won't count that down. Because you can look at your watch at 90.
Loyal will be content to allow them to take those shots from distance like that. They're organized, they're compact, they're not giving them any options, and Kempen will be happy to see those sail over his goal all the rest of the night.
The USL's elite pre-professional platform, the USL Academy, allows clubs across the USL to build a pathway to pro soccer, bringing together top local youth talent. The success of the first Academy Cup events, clubs can now apply to participate in the USL Academy League that kicks off in the spring of next year, spring of 2021. For more information, visit usl-academy.com or search hashtag USL Academy on social media. We get another substitution now for Landon Donovan and the Loyal. It'll be Morgan Hackworth who comes on. And he will replace Tumi Moshabane, who played well up top. Scored the first goal, dropped into the 10, played well again. Hackworth. Stad John is the manager of Louisville City.
He replaces number 15.
College Cup with Akron. And Tumi Moshabane will come off. He is going to be our man of the match here. Presented by Chosen Foods, Tumi Moshabane with a heck of a contest.
That's a well-deserved honor for him. Not only did he have the first goal tonight, but he created so many other opportunities. Then he gets dropped into the 10 role and is active and effective there. So congratulations on a well-deserved honor.
Now Tuahene, who stayed on side. Avila right behind him. Trying to go over the top for Atuahene. And we'll get stoppage time here momentarily, but it looks like it'll be quite a bit. Hackworth just on. We got 5 minutes of stoppage time added on. So just like the first half, where we had some fireworks in the 51st minute, there'll be 5 more minutes added on here, 2-1 San Diego. Atuahene. Avila, who just came on. And he'll be the one whistled for the contact.
It's a good little battle there, but that foul's okay. It stops the play. It's a smart foul by Avila. Allows Loyal to get back and get reset.
So with 5 minutes added on here, there's 4 more left to go. Hackworth. They're trying to clear. Comes down to Mendiola. Chester. That wide to Ndai. Burgos, so that long range, sends it in. Kempen punches it out. This will switch. San Diego dropping back. And I'll let it fly.
Yeah,
you can see the frustration in Las Vegas Lights. They're looking at Robinson saying, do better with that. Playing it out of bounds. He didn't give any of his teammates an opportunity to keep it alive. And now it allows the Loyal to slow play once again and run off some of the time.
Bury it. I just kick it towards goal.
How about Parra battling up top?
Lovely skill there by Parra. He wins the first ball, wins his second ball, and dancing around on there is able to draw the foul.
San Diego has a size advantage up top. They have a height advantage, whether it be Spencer or Parra. There is an advantage up top there. Parra was just so calm and confident. Here's Hackworth, who's making his Loyal debut. And they whistle here with the offside flag up, actually. So Atuahene whistled for that one.
And for Parra, when you score a goal like that early, as soon as you come on, you have a little bit more confidence to, and a little swagger to do that.
Daly, who put one in for Vegas at the end of the first half. Stays with the Lights.
Kick the ball. There you go. Yeah,
Lights are just throwing everything and everyone forward. Loyal's just trying to clear it. They want to get back down to the other end of the field and run the clock out.
Yes. Nice pass.
And the overlap, but again, they'll try and go up top to Atuahene.
Yes.
And all the way back for Kempen.
Yes.
Everything for Loyal is just going to go long at this point. You can hear Coach Yallop saying we need better service in the box. We're not going to score from back here. You can hear Coach Nate yelling, we got to press. They know it's the last few chances of the game.
No.
A whistle, it stays alive here.
The stage man should be counting.
Now Atuahene right in midfield. Chance to get off to the races. Atuahene top of the box.
That's it. Just waste time down there, brother.
He'll wait for numbers. Vegas to recover.
That's where Tuahene needs to take that more to the corner. He cuts it inside. He's got 2 players on him. Waste a few more seconds by dribbling it out to the corner. Maybe you're going to get a teammate you can lay it off to, but at least try to kill the clock a little bit more.
Daly gives chase. Right there by Greenspan. That wide and dive. Cross on the deflection. And Kempen gets to it. That'll do it. San Diego with the 3 points here tonight. Irvin Parra with a game winner. Tumi Moshibane with the early goal, and San Diego has picked up 3, going on top of Group B with 10 points, 5 matches in.
That's a huge result for Loyola to get all 3 points out of this. Without a doubt, they deserved the full 3 points. They responded. Now it's important to get their bodies right, their minds right, because they've got Los Dos in just a matter of a few days.
So the first ever home victory for Landon Donovan and the San Diego Loyal comes in a 2-1 decision against Frank Yallop and the Las Vegas Lights. And it's time for our goal of the game, presented by Rocket League.
There it is, the early goal in the first half. Jack Metcalf plays a lovely ball across. Toomey gets a head on it. Spencer helps keep it alive, and then Toomey's there to bury it from 1 yard out. That's our man of the match. Set the tone for the Loyal. Excellent finish there by Moshibane.
Goal of the match presented by Rocket League. Moshibane had a heck of a contest, asked to play multiple positions, and did so with amazing skill. He is the one who cleans things up and puts San Diego on the board. It's a 2-1 victory for the San Diego Loyal. Their first win at home here at Torero Stadium, and 10 points now atop Group B, right on back from the University of San Diego.
Choker on, you know.
Really, I don't need all the hoopla.
What do you mean?
You know the cars that drive like 1,000,000 miles an hour?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, beautiful winding roads.
Never another car in sight.
Yeah, just give me a car that looks good, drives great, and is reliable as the day is long.
Yeah, and just give people the numbers on it, plain and simple.
Exactly. That's all I need.
Perfect.
Right?
Yeah, this is great. It's not complicated. Yeah, I like that Toyota.
We make it easy.
Hurry into Sprouts Farmers Market for your favorite summer fruits. From the sweetest cherries, mouth-watering melons, and the juiciest peaches and nectarines. Shop the freshest produce at the best prices only at Sprouts Farmers Market.
Pride, camaraderie, loyalty. Soccer is here. Your club. For now, for always. San Diego Loyal versus Los Angeles Galaxy. Wednesday night at 7 on Antenna TV. Soccer is here. San Diego Loyal versus Los Angeles Galaxy. Wednesday night at 7 on Antenna TV.
2-1 San Diego. First home victory at Torero Stadium for the San Diego Loyal in match number 5. 10 points now atop Group B. The top 2 teams moving on to the USL playoffs. Time now for our save of the match, presented by Stone Brewing.
15 minutes off the end. Wow. 2 hours. That's crazy.
This is Kempen coming off of his line. He had a few big saves again. This is a nice cross early on by Ndai. But because the Loyal were so organized, Kempen had the time, the composure to come out and scoop that up.
Kempen had a great night here. In fact, you know, because San Diego was victorious here tonight, I think you actually could have put in a couple of those ones on that penalty. He had 2 great ones, even though they scored. Because the victory and the decision went the other way, I think he had a great opportunity. And again, after the man of the match honors last week, here we go tonight with our Save of the Match presented by Stone Brewing. And now we'll wrap it up here. San Diego getting on ahead and had the possession early.
Yeah, and whenever we're calling Metcalf's game, we've said it all game long. Things happen. He whips a nice ball in. Delgado makes a lovely save, but Spencer's there to keep it alive, and Moshabani follows the ball because they have numbers in the box, and he's there for the tap in to put the Loyal up. It's a great start to the game for the San Diego Loyal.
That was in the 9th minute. Tumi Moshabani with the early goal, and here's the handball that led to the PK in stoppage time in the first half.
And it's questionable because you see Stoneman's actually getting fouled, so it bounces off his arm as he's fouled. Kempen makes 2 massive saves, but no one follows their runner. They're there for an easy tap in for Daly to last waning seconds of the half.
So now here is the redirect. Moshabani again, and it's Irvin Parra with a header just 4 minutes after he was subbed into the contest for the game winner.
And you saw Delgado, he's on his near post, and Moshabani puts it in the perfect spot where he can't step for it. He gets caught frozen, and Parra's there, diving header. What a beautiful goal.
Irvin Parra against his former club with the game winner. Final tallies tonight. The possession actually favored San Diego early on, and it evened things up a little bit, but the Loyal still came out ahead.
Yeah, definitely leveled out a little bit, but because of all the possession in the first half, they were able to wear the lights down and have the majority of the play. They set the tone tonight, and they saw the fruits of that reward.
So San Diego now heads to the Galaxy for a rematch on Wednesday night, and then a week from tonight they'll be back home, where we'll have the broadcast for you against the Sacramento Republic. 2-1 is your final here tonight. San Diego over Las Vegas. Well, that'll do it here. San Diego with the early goal from Tumi Moshabani and the eventual game winner from Irvin Parra. Victorious with 10 points now. A 2-1 decision. San Diego behind John Kempen and company. Now with 10 points atop Group B and headed back on the road from San Diego.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.